Yo guys, Crazy Tendo here. Ever wonder how Nintendo's thought process works? They make a successor to the Wii that had no marketing and thought it would sell well, and now they're taking that ugly gamepad from that failed console, making the two sides detachable and giving the joysticks drift and thinking it'll sell well? Trust me guys, it'll sell horribly, right? Right? Ah yes, the Nintendo Switch. Home to some of the greatest games ever. Breath of the Wild, the first open world Zelda game. Mario Odyssey, the best game in Nintendo's iconic Mario franchise, and the legendary Pokémon Gen 4 remakes. I'd take that one back. But even though all of the games here are absolute 10 out of 10 masterpieces, what games from here are the absolute best ones? The cream of the crop? Well, let's jump straight into it. I know at least one fellow Nintendo YouTuber is coming to kill me tonight. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now this is a really fun game with intuitive combat and an awesome story. While I may only be in the third chapter of the game as I'm recording, I can already tell the rest of the game will be great. Noah, Mio, Uni, Taeyeon, Lance, and Sarah make an excellent group of characters that interact so well with each other with some really intense dialogue between them.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
And there's a real story drive here that you don't feel as much in other Nintendo games, but still the story isn't in your face all the time, and you can freely roam and fight to your heart's content. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has some of the most in-depth combat in a video game. You just need to understand the dozens of different mechanics and combos and attacks and all that stuff.
Crazy.
Oh my god, Ro, please don't kill me.
No, listen, I just want to talk.
No man, I'm not letting you in my room.
Crazy Tendo, let me in.
No, absolutely not. Besides, how did you get in my house?
How did I get in your house? Well, rock and window. Oh, your mom says dinner's ready, by the way.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a much better game than a lot of random games on the Switch, like, I don't know, Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Definitive Edition. I mean, there's no way there's anything that they could add on top of that weird game to make it better. Oh my goodness gracious. They put that gameplay into the world of The Legend of Link. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is such a fun game with a great story and great gameplay mechanics. The Wii U's entry of Hyrule Warriors showed that the Zelda series somehow works well with the hack and slash gameplay of the Dynasty Warriors series. But since it was a Wii U game, it didn't sell much, and when it got ported to the Switch, it got ignored because it was a Wii U port of a not so well known game. So Nintendo took the formula and gameplay and just chucked it into the world of Breath of the Wild with all the game's characters and the map being the same. Age of Calamity acts as a prequel to Breath of the Wild, in a way. There's some time travel shenanigans involved, so it's either not canon, or it makes a whole new Zelda timeline. All the awesome characters from the world of Breath of the Wild return in this game, along with some of the mechanics being used in fun and creative ways. Like seriously, look at Daruk's remote bomb attack. That's so cool. Age of Calamity has great fights, it's so fun whacking away at enemies, and the fact that you can even control the divine beasts and attack as them, gosh, it's just too good. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is a great game, and an awesome Zelda spin-off. The fact that this gameplay works well with the Legend of Zelda series is insane, but does Age of Calamity have groups? No. But you know a game that does? Skyward Sword HD. As I've stated in a previous video, Skyward Sword is one of the most underrated games I've ever played. People keep hating on it and saying it sucks, but I love it. It's got the best story in any Zelda game, and while the world may be too linear, there's still a certain charm to the overall environment. Skyward Sword has such a great story and pretty good gameplay. It also has great music like Ballad of the Goddess for example. The game unfortunately wasn't like that much on the Wii due to the motion controls, but the HD remaster for Switch added button controls alongside other things like a cleaner UI, so if you hated the original game due to motion controls, give the HD remaster a try. I personally didn't play motion controls that much as I was mostly playing handheld because most of my playthrough was when I was on vacation and didn't have a dock to play on. But whenever I did play on the TV, I always used the motion controls, and honestly, people over-exaggerate way too much when talking about them. Well, I may look crazy in that video guys, but trust me, there are even crazier people out there, like those who think that 2D Metroid is coming back. Crazy, am I right? Ha 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 ha. Metroid Dread. First of all, can I say that for a Nintendo series everyone knows coming back from a 19-year hiatus, I was expecting more sales. There should have been more sales because Metroid Dread is an absolute gem of a game. The gameplay feels so good and smooth with that classic Metroid adventure feeling. Samus gets a ton of abilities throughout the journey, and exploring the world of Planet ZDR feels so good. It feels so satisfying to be able to explore areas you couldn't before due to you lacking a certain ability. With Metroid Prime getting remastered and Metroid Prime 4 supposedly existing, it seems like the Metroid series could be coming back. So really, if you haven't yet, please buy Metroid Dread. Even though the game is short, there's a good amount of story here and the overall atmosphere of the game is just great, with some of the best visuals of any Nintendo Switch game. Metroid Dread is an absolutely amazing game, and the great thing is, you don't need to play the previous Metroid games to understand this, as you get a prologue cutscene at the start that explains everything. Metroid Dread was announced during 2021, just like the next game in this video, Splatoon 3. Now, some of you may be wondering why I put Splatoon 3 not Splatoon 2, because Splatoon 2 is apparently better. Well, simple answer, I don't own Splatoon 2. Splatoon 3 was announced around the same time I wanted to get Splatoon 2, so I decided to wait, thinking it would release like summer 2021. How very wrong I was. Now, after me having to wait a year and a half to play my first Splatoon game, what did I think? I think Splatoon 3 is a great game. Now, while I do admit that it doesn't seem worth it if you have Splatoon 2, for people who don't own both of them, definitely consider picking up Splatoon 3. It's the only shooter game that I like, and it's so fun to play with friends. But when it comes to the Switch, there are a few better multiplayer games, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Come on, what else must be said about Mario Kart? If you aren't a fan of the series, I'm pretty sure you aren't human. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best game in the series, with 48 courses making it the biggest game in the series, and that's not even including the booster course pass. If there's any game you should get for the Switch, it's this. Like, come on, there's no way you own a Switch and don't have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The amount of fun to be had with this game is infinite. It's so replayable. The gameplay is just so fun and I love it, even when you get absolutely massacred by those stupid blue shells. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is fun and all, but if you want a chaotic multiplayer experience for a big group of people, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the game that definitely fits the criteria. Smash Ultimate is my favorite multiplayer game on the Switch. The roster of characters from multiple different franchises make this not only the biggest crossover in gaming, but one of the biggest crossovers of all time. The Jetsons and the Flintstones cannot be topped though. I have had so many fun experiences in Smash Bros. Let me tell you, 6 players battling out in a free-for-all is so chaotic and fun. Each character has so many different moves and combos they can do, but unlike other fighting games, the controls are super easy to understand. Like Kirby, for example. You just jump in the air above your opponent, move the joystick down, and press B. Do that over and over again, and you've successfully ruined a friendship. I've talked quite a bit about games here that most people love, but now I'm about to mention 2 games here that are really hot takes. Pokémon Sword and Shield, and Pokémon Scarlet and Violet. Before you click up this video, let me please explain. I get that the visuals may not be the best. I get that they remove so many good features, like the national decks and whatnot. I get that people may not see them as good games because of that, but when you play the games with an open mind, they are good games. I got so many memories with Pokémon Sword. In the summer of 2020, me and my best friends hung out every day and played this game, doing Dynamax raids, battling each other, doing stupid random things while playing through the story. Pokemon Sword was also the first game I got for the Switch, and my first actual Pokemon game, so it holds a place in my heart. The gyms in Sword are the best in the whole Pokemon series. These big stadiums really make gyms feel like something big and important. Also, Dynamaxing is such a cool mechanic. Hot take, but it's really, really good. Pokemon became big. That's just perfection. Oh, and don't get me started on the awesome DLC. The 2-part expansion pass comes with a bunch of new Pokemon. You know what? I might make a review on Pokemon Sword. Let me know in the comments down below if I should. So that's all I have to say for Sword though. So moving on, Pokemon Violet is a game I also had a blast with. I made a review on it a few months ago, so you can check that out, but I'll list a few things here. The performance does suck, the visuals are bland, but 3 stories, that's a first from the main series, and it is awesome. Instead of the usual 8 gyms like in past Pokemon games, there's 8 gyms, 5 Team Star bases, and 5 Titan Pokemon battles. And an actual multiplayer experience where you and your friends are in the same world. Hell yeah! You can play hide and seek, which is a really fun thing you should try out. Pokemon Violet has some of the best stories in the series. While Violet is a really good game, the game is so damn buggy. Like, look at this! What is happening? Anyway, I won't say more about Violet because like I said, I have a full review on it that you should absolutely check out. The Pokemon series is cool because battling with these creatures is super fun, and the games are just a blast to play. There are so many experiences to be had across the 9 generations of the series, but what if I want to play a game where I can fully control wacky creatures and I'm not limited to turn-based gameplay? What if I want to possess my enemies? What if all I needed to do was throw my hat and oh wait, this game already exists. Super Mario Odyssey, a game where you possess things to save your princess. The power of love, am I right? Super Mario Odyssey is the best Mario game ever. The big worlds to explore with essentially zero restrictions. The best movement in any 3D platformer. This game is such a blast to play through. Odyssey has a total of 16 kingdoms and 2 useless boss arenas. It's a shame that the Cloud Kingdom and Ruin Kingdom were nothing more than glorified boss arenas. Cappy is the best thing about this game though. Like, have you ever wanted to take control of a Koopa Troopa? Well, you can't in this game for some reason, but you can control a cactus. There's a total of 52 things you can capture, but Cappy can not only be used to capture things, it can also be used as a form of movement. You can use Cappy to have even more movement than normal. Have you ever seen a speedrun of Mario Odyssey? These guys are absolutely exploiting Mario and Cappy's movement. It's almost as funny as the BLJ from Mario 64. But there's so much more to this game. There's so many power moves to collect, and there's Luigi's Balloon World, the 2D retro side-scrolling sections. This game is so jam-packed with so many things, but why are the people of New Donk City so tall? Super Mario Odyssey is the best 3D platformer ever. The amount of content and replayability this game has is insane. I've tried speedrunning it, and while I may suck at it, it's still really fun to do. However, the only thing I wish this game had was one big connected world instead of separate areas. That would have been really cool. But there is a game that is open world, where you can do anything you set your mind to do. Lego Worlds. Whoops, wrong game. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Bro, I thought you hated that game. Remember that one video you made?
Oh, that's not true. That was just that one video. I mean, look, I'm a big Zelda fan. I've even got a Master Sword over there.
Whatever you say, man. But if you haven't yet, go watch that video.
I have talked about the brilliance of this game way too many times on this channel. First in my video where I ranked the 3D Zelda games, then in my video where I talked about how these 3D Zelda games evolved over time, and finally in my massive Breath of the Wild retrospective video you guys should absolutely check out. So I'll keep it brief over here. Never did I think a game this good could exist. Breath of the Wild absolutely flipped the script, not only for the Zelda series, but for open world games in general. There's an infinite amount of things to do. There's 120 shrines to do, 900 Koroks to find. The world is massive and you'll always find something new to do. The combat is the best in the series. The exploration is the best in the series. Everything aside from the story tops everything the series had before. The Great Plateau, the best tutorial in gaming, teaches the player the fundamentals of the game, teaching them the core concepts the rest of the game uses. The characters in this game are also given tons of depth, like Zelda, the champions. Even Link has more depth than he's ever had in previous Zelda games. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a game that excels in everything it does, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing about this game that's bad or weird. Absolutely nothing. So, those were my top 10 Switch games. These are all incredible games and I don't regret buying any of them. If you enjoyed this video, you may enjoy my video where I go over games that need to be ported to the Switch. But with that said, thank you guys for watching and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, see you in the next one. Crazy Tendo out.